So obviously I've had to go out because the intensity of the burning is causing cat claw scratch marks right across my face. And you know when you fall over and graze your hands when you fall over as a child, you've got that pain, but it's like a burning mixed with it that's very intense right across the top part of your head, hitting across the forehead where the hair meets the skin, and it's causing real intense burning. It's also causing sensitive teeth. I'm struggling to sexual motorbike, struggling to breathe. I decided to buy some Baccy to help with the chest pain in case it's withdrawal symptoms, but it doesn't appear to be, because I haven't smoked for a month. And I've also got like pins and needles itching across the whole of my body. I can get across, and that burning is extremely intense. So I after that, fucking hell, this traffic's busier, not at this minute in time, but earlier when I went out, it's busier than what it is when I was on holiday at my mum's. Even in Bournemouth, it's not as busy as what it is in Yeovil. And you lose your concentration as well while doing this. So I've got to go to the library tomorrow to redo it, because I can't renew my passport because I keep putting the wrong thing in. I keep being distracted by pain. It's like real burning pain. This is going right through you. This is as painful as what it is. Just a few minutes, it comes on. It doesn't gradually come on. It comes on intensely, and it's like the pain of about 15% of holding your hand across the flame of a candle. So 100% is the full pain of holding your hand under a flame of a candle. This is about 15%, possibly 20%, and it's persistent. It hasn't been persistent, but the burning's been there, persistent, but at different levels, and you're getting times where the intensity's like this. It's also causing sensitive teeth. You're like getting toothache, like mostly on the root part of the teeth. I'm not sure if this is what's causing the enamel to come off, but I'm getting that problem as well. It's too early to stay with us, but the burning is just twice as painful as what it is, or 3 times more painful than what it was. There's always a car started there. There's been under 15 times where there hasn't been a car started there, and the whole time I've gone up and down this route in the 4 years I've lived at Yeovil, because of these setups and control force. Right, so that's not the only problem. As the burning was occurring, is you're having fucking braking injustice. You're a mongrel, child rapist, stab you with age, you're being smashed in. You haven't had the threat so much today, but yesterday there was a couple of threats to say, yeah, the cunt's burning, he's losing his fucking life, he's having a break and he molested Sadie and stuff like that. And this is all bullshit, but there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't know what the device is that's causing it. But this minute in time, my face is on fire, my legs are on fire. It affects the feet, and you feel like jelly as well. You feel like you can't stand up. It's a real raw, fucking intense burning. Yeah, so what's happened is I've submitted the wrong details in because I can't think straight, because I can't concentrate, because I'm being distracted by this intense burning that's coming over me, that's being caused by some energy weapon used by one of the neighbours there. I have a radiation detector. Now it's mostly on this specific one, it's showing 0, which is electromagnetic radiation detector DT1130. And there's been times where it's said 600 for like a split second or so on there, which I've filmed, and that's like just me knocking it, like 2 or whatever on that. 25, goes up to 1 if you knock it, but I wasn't knocking it. But yeah, I've got to go out for at least 3 hours to get rid of this pain. There's no guarantee I can stay there. I might have to visit their family. But the problem is, with these threats that I'm getting, they're saying, oh, you're losing your stuff, you're having a break, and this is what the burning's for. You rape Sadie and stuff like that, which is not true. But there's nothing you can do about it. That's the way they work. And I can't tidy my place up because my place is a right tip. But the problem is, I'm in severe pain, and it's stopping me doing it. Breaking in, lost your life, you're a reptilian hybrid, said. Right, so this road's a bit busier than it is usually for a Sunday. But I can't go the other way because it's crowded with fucking rough types of people. Scum life type people. Because obviously the government or the creator God wants to put these fucking people in my direction, and it's causing a load of trouble. Right, so you've had about 250 cars at the moment. The average for this road in 2022 and 2023, where if it's after 6 o'clock in 2022, it was gridlock. But I think that's because there's roadworks or road closure that caused this. In 2023, your average for this road is about 60 to 120 cars. Last year, after the month of April, there could be up to 300 cars. The rarity where it might have been more than that. At the moment it's been 250 roughly, and the traffic's just calming down now as soon as I push record to do this, to record what I'm saying. I'm also struggling to breathe, and it's not because I started smoking, because I bought a pouch of baccy. So all today I've had 7 roll-ups, plus 2 that I bought off of Peter, which is a neighbour, yesterday, to see if the sudden burning's caused by withdrawal symptoms, but obviously it's not. Right, so I've just entered Barrack, and the burning is about the same level as when the burning's really bad 2 months ago and before. So the burning that I'm experiencing now, obviously it's going to ease, but it's going to take time. It always eases. When I go out, eventually it will ease. It can take up to 48 hours to ease. But once that 48 hours is up, you start to feel normal. You feel fresher in the head. You don't feel so negative minded, because whatever's causing this burning, I've noticed, it sort of makes you, it takes you down. It makes you suppressed. It makes you feel more negative. Causes, I guess, you. I'm struggling to breathe, really struggling. And I'm walking on flat ground. Yeah, so this is the worst, as I've struggled to breathe as well. It takes you down. It takes you down. Whoever's causing it, whatever's causing this burning, takes you down. They won't do nothing about it. I've been told to go to the hospital or phone an ambulance, but if I do that, Holly Court, the mental health team, will have me in psychiatric care, force medication down my fucking throat, and take my benefits away from me. And I can't go on high dosages of that medication that they're giving me, because I nearly lost my life back in several years before I moved to Yeovil. So there's a rotted liver looking lorry ahead. There's a lot of setups as well. Obviously I've smoked some roll-ups today, but I've never in my life been this out of breath or struggled to breathe. And I've smoked many roll-ups in the past. I'll finish this recording in a minute. I just want to get past that road. Yeah, so just before I went down to my mum's on holiday for that 2 weeks, after 24 hours the burning was there, but it was less intense. As it stands at the moment, I got a sore throat, but there's a burning sensation that's in the throat. The problem is, at the same time, if I got a flu or a cold or whatever it is I got, I don't want to pass it on to any of my family members. But the problem is, if I stay there, I could lose my life. There's a possibility that it's a murder attempt with an energy weapon. Struggling to fucking breathe. Hang on, this fucking road has to suddenly fucking get busy as soon as I fucking reach there. That's what they do. They control everyone's fucking movement around me to cause as much fucking havoc, as much shit stirring, and as much fucking mayhem as they can fucking stir with me. Sick white, that's fucking right down the street, you fucking buckled bastards. See? Get to the road, there's no traffic initially, and then all this suddenly occurs. There's nothing you can do about it, it's the way it occurs. It's just suddenly fucking stepped up. And this is why I said I'm going to stop the recording. You probably heard as on that road, there's no traffic at all. As soon as I pass here, that road will go dead quiet again, because they're only controlling everyone's movement to be fucking slam, fucking stacked at me like a piece of shit, because it's time to get busy. Murder, just. There we are. So I come off the roundabout, and that road goes completely dead fucking quiet. When I was on holiday at Mum's, in the UK, obviously, it's like this all around. But there we are. So I come off that roundabout to go down there, and there's only that one car that's passed, and now that second one. So they're controlling everyone's movement. Everything's being controlled around me to cause as much fucking misery. They try and get a car out of every single house for a person to sneeze in my face. That happened a couple of 1,000 times. And that can be verified, by the way, by family members when I was on holiday, because they were shocked by that as well. As you can hear, that road goes suddenly quiet. So there's about, I don't know, about 100 vehicles in total when I was crossing that roundabout, and now it's gone completely dead quiet. Now you're just getting the two or three at a time. It's done deliberate, because God's fucking staked me and put a knife in me. But the bastard's burning me with his fucking people, little cruel cunt. I remember before when I came back from my dad's, and initially I was burning when I came back, I went out for, I lost my temper, because the build-up, because obviously I get a bit stressed, you know, when I'm staying at places I'm not so at ease like at home. And this is why I get piss constipation, a feeling where you need to go to the toilet and you can't go, and you get the shits because obviously you're holding it in because you can't use the loo, or, well, it's not so much you can't use the loo, but you just feel that you're in a situation where you can't go and you need to go at the same time, and you've got that constipation problem, and eventually when you need to go, you just end up getting the craps, you know, the runs. But the problem is, there's no fucking choice in the matter, because if you've got neighbours that are trying to commit murder on you in a sly way, so they're nice to your face, they like you, but behind your back they're trying to kill you using these energy devices. But if we go back before these energy devices took place, or before I was starting to burn, or fucking head's fucking painful again, hang on. It's like a burn at this minute in time, just starting now, that crushing in the head. They're pumping radiation into you, or something's being pumped into you, and that what's being pumped into you is going around. It's sort of, at the moment, the sides of my head seem to make it sort of feel like pins and needles. It's an unusual place to get that feeling, but it feels like pushing outwards as well, on the sides of the head, and also got a headache, because whatever's causing this burning is actually where I have to admit, I'd prefer to have, there was less pain when I was getting the eye problem at my old place than the burning that's occurring now. So obviously I've been out about an hour or something like that now, and the burning is about as painful as what the burning would be still about two. So yeah, when I'm in a room 2 months ago and I got burning, this would be the pain I got at the moment while it's occurring. Incidentally, that road there that I just walked down, I'm surprised there was hardly any cars, if any, because, but then again, I've known that road to have no cars in 1 hour. However, it's usually set up when there's a load of cars when I go down there, but that roundabout was deliberately set up. So the problem is, the homes in Sedgemoor, Somerset District Council, have rejected a first place bid, which was next to my dad's. And I've been told that you're supposed to bid on places of where your family is and stuff like that, and the council rejected everything I bid on. And, the housing associations are doing exactly the same. Right, I'll just go back to my old place in a minute. Let's go back to when I was living in Bridgewater. I was at West Street, Bridgewater, for 10 years. There's a lot of threats from the Palace nightclub. I was there 10 years exactly, or just over 10 years. There was no eye problems and there was no burning, and the whole time I was living at Bridgewater in West Street. So, what's going on? There's just one little issue that I had, but I didn't know what was why this was occurring, and that was when I was getting a bit of sore hand while using the mouse on my laptop, which I felt a bit burny, but it wasn't nowhere near like the burning I get today. I don't know what's caused. It wasn't really enough to put down as a problem. It's more like a possible physical problem or something caused by the mouse. So that was it, and that only occurred in the last year and a bit when I was living at Bridgewater. When I moved to Burnham-On-Sea, I didn't have the eye problem either. The first couple of years, well, it wasn't until basically it started at the same time as the Sevem threat came in, which was it could be as far back as 2016, but I don't think it is. If I recall, it's when I was looking on the sheets, my Deep Depression Life Story pack, I thought the Sevem threat came in as early as 2016, but I think it goes back to December 2017. I think the very first threat where I was mistaken as Sevem was around the time that my white speaker things broke, which I was playing music on the beach. So I was playing old school jungle tracks mixed with a bit of new age, and it's before I got into dark ambient. I knew what dark ambient was, but I didn't know that I didn't know of any labels or CD releases with dark ambient on it. So you had certain CDs which were in America, but they're only 2-minute tracks, and it's mostly horror screams and shouting rather than creepy, eerie, dark melodies. It was only when I came across Cryo Chamber Records while using the internet, while staying at my dad's in the shed at my dad's back in 2019 area or whatever, that I first heard of Cryo Chamber Records, and I got into a track called Atrium Carceri, or however it's pronounced, with a track called at the time I thought it was Eschatology, but then I was told that the word is eschatology, and that's the name of the track, and that's the very first track I got into, and I thought this is good music, but I wouldn't have got into it if it wasn't on CD though, because I don't like download quality, because it's shit. I'm a CD person, I always have been. I like records. Records is very clear and very... When it comes to records, it's probably the best quality sounding format you can get. But there's one downfall with a record, and that's the scratches. So a lot of the music that I used to get is sort of low quality from CDs, jungle CDs, mostly in the year of 1994. So it's underground CDs that are released in that specific year. Some in early 95. There wasn't really many at all in 1993. But then again, 1993, it was more sort of rave stuff like Babylon Time Warp, Durban Poison and stuff like that, and I'm not really into the ravey stuff like that. But obviously straight after Babylon Time Warp, they changed. When it comes to that specific composer, they performed a group called Intense, and then they started releasing tracks like Intense Paradox on Rugged Vinyl Records, and Intense, the Genesis Project EP, and started doing that. So I like the beginning stages of where they were... Apparently they were told to change the style, you see. So when they were doing the rave tracks, they were, you know, they had to change it. And then you had Legend Records as well, which is Spin Back Q Project, The Alliance, Gwange. Again, they were doing like tracks like DJ Lee, A Touch of Darkness, before Legend Records or whatever, sort of, when it's sort of ravey stuff. And then Legend Records is basically the start of the underground jungle scene. Now, I've spoken to DJs, producers in the jungle scene, talking about my sort of music or what style of jungle I'm into. And a lot of them have told me that I'm into the commercial deep stuff. Saying you're into that underground sounded sort of stuff that's very deep, but saying it's the commercial type of deep, if you know what I mean. So, and they also say so basically what it is jungle tracks that's got that underground sound to it, but they're actually commercial tracks that are very deep, that go on these compilations of 1994. And they say that my type of jungle is a sort of turning stage. They say it's where rave is turning into jungle. So they say my sort of period is not the rave stuff, but they say it's the changing process where rave was transforming into jungle, but the early jungle, and say that I like the jungle that comes into the earlier stuff before it went into the ragamuffin type of reggae or gangster type jungle tunes of later 1994. So they say my sort of period, or my time area, would be sort of late 1993 to about mid 1994, maybe just a bit after mid 1994. And then obviously you've got other tracks that come in here and there that go on a bit further than that, and there's even tracks today that they make, but they're very far and few between. So yeah, that's that. Well, I went on to the subject of music and I've forgotten what I was going to say. Anyway, a lot of my music used to be on the commercial side, so you could get it like on Drum and Bass Selection 2, Jungle Business Volume 1, the Hard Leaders series, Drum and Bass Floor Burners, 40 Floor Burners on Jumping and Pumping Records, Passion Music Limited, also known as Stage 1000. But all that stuff's gone. They're not allowed to reissue any of it. But anyway, going back to the dark ambient scene, yeah, that was 2019, because obviously what happened was I lost a lot of my music because the devices that were causing eye problems were damaging CDs and wiping off USB sticks and then hard drives, but they're wiping off very serious material that could back up claims of sexual abuse or stuff like that at specific times and dates. But the problem is they've actually wiped this information off. But the good news is, if we go back to 2010, the information that contains this, although I don't have it, it has been posted on DVDs to the Russian government, the Australian government, and there was 2 other governments that I posted it to as well on DVDs, which will have that information if it arrived there safely back in 2010 when I posted that information. Myself, obviously, has been destroyed because these energy weapons have the capability to wipe this information off. Yeah, my Willie's up loud bike Downing Street, you'll create, God, you crap bastard. I had to stop the recording for several reasons. Anyway, so, yeah. I have lost the cryo chamber CDs as well, going back to February last year, because this burning that's occurring this minute in time has damaged that. With the cost of putting UV sheets up at my old place and foil or whatever, and having to take it down and redo it because you're supposed to do it or whatever, and the cost of records and the damage and the break-in of where my stuff was stored because I had to move, because obviously I shouldn't be in Yeovil. I should have never moved to Yeovil, but it's the eye problem and energy weapons is the cause of why I've had to move to Yeovil. It's cost me £20,000. And if you want to work it on sexuality, of people causing trouble on sexuality, you need to add another 16 to the scams since 1998ish area. Anything from, and all it's been, fucking out of breath again. Oh fucking hell. Right, so I've been doing a bit of a walk. The burning subsided to about how bad it is in my place when it's when it's this bad at the burning I'm feeling at the moment, because it's starting to go, but they're pumping more into me now than what it's ever been before. It's the worst it's ever been. I'd say it's about, well, you've been in your room and it's been bad for about 15 minutes, say 2 months ago, and you have to go outside. It's about that. Right, Pina shoots up a loud bike. And the reason there's a started car is because God wants to tell me a catalytic converter is a granny on a Zimmer frame. Sex. Because the creator God is fucking twisted. Yahweh Jehovah's a buckled cunt. There's nothing you can do about it now. A sex car timed out of a road. Slowly going out of a road, in fact. Oh no, it started. It's a Sunday, so it should be quiet. Now, loud bike. Penis up, loud bike. Started car. I'm getting confused as well. My father's actually told me my health's deteriorated since I moved there, and saying that I've got a lot worse. Well, yes, the reason I got a lot worse is because I'm being suppressed in a jail type place, and because of the use of energy weapons. And this is what Holly Court, the mental health team, have been saying, and they think that's why you need to go into care, but that's not true. There's been a lot of rows with my family and the mental health team because of the way I'm being treated and the way that they're just taking the piss out of me, basically. And you know, and they even know, they're saying that even on holiday, they're sort of speaking to family members or people, whatever, and they're saying, where's the burning now? Saying if they've got schizophrenia, it should be burning now. It's, you know, sort of ambulance timed, black and grey. I thought there was going to be a black and blue, but it's not. It's grey. Anyway, I gotta switch this off while I go in the shop, because obviously there's no way I can go back at the moment because I'm too ill. I'm not actually sure how it's going to work tonight, but this burning is really fucking bad. It's going into your bones, it's not just going on you, it's not on the surface of your skin. Why is it shut early? Oh, it shuts at 5:30 now. Hang on. This is not normal. We're going to have to go to the fucking garage, a mile walk down this fucking road then, isn't it? Stupid bastards. Oh well, they've shut the shop. The shop's not supposed to shut for another fucking hour. Oh well, catalytic converter, Christ. They do everything they can to fuck up what you do. But then again, I see Christ as just an evil fucking tearaway, a nice-acting bastard that curses you with every fucking problem. And on the side of that car it said Mars. Mars in the same way as Mars pump up the volume track. Right, so I got... Fucking hell. Yeah, so this issue, fucking hell. Yeah, so there's people have been questioning it, and I was speaking to my dad or somebody last year, discussing the burning problem, and also the doctor was saying that the burning's, that how's your sort of. He had, fuck's sake, it's traffic, Christ, yeah, fucking traffic. It's fucking, this is why they fucking close our shop, innit? so that I can't get a fucking say. You shut your mouth, you're Mr. Zippy, just fucking die. Burn in fucking hell, you crawty cunt, Christ. I tell you, I'll fucking pour petrol over Christ and fucking set him alight for what he's doing with me with fucking energy weapons, little bastard. You want to burn people, you nasty bastard, God. Right, so, if I can get my say, because it's a very catalytic converter day, Christ. I've never known this road to be this fucking busy on Sunday. Well, I have, but only in the year 2024. For this time, but usually I don't go on this road, but they don't usually have everything fucking shut at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock it shuts, and on a normal day it's 9 o'clock. It's shut on purpose. Whoa, sex, Christ, sexy car, black and fucking blue white. Now, rough people my way, you nasty bastards. Smash me up, Christ, you buckled cunt. Oh well, nothing you can do about it. Right, so, this is your average afternoon traffic on a normal day. Car, one light out, yeah, it's a beastie car, yeah, you got you fucking evil Christ, fuck's sake. Drains hit over, fucking head drain. Right, 400 cars, I'll put it down as that for now. Save writing anything else down later. And then when we go past that amount roughly, I'll make a new statement. Right, over drain. That's why they want me on this road, to stir shit. Like, out of breath. This fucking energy weapon's causing me to lose my fucking breath. I can't breathe. I remember when Matt was living there at the time, when this first began. I'm not saying it's caused by him, I don't know who was causing it. But it's still occurring now. So that just rules out that he wasn't doing it. I mean, you might have heard of the device, I don't know. But nobody elsewhere knows about it, because I've been messaging all this sort of stuff on the internet. And it only seems to be in Somerset that people know about these devices. Nobody else nowhere else. There seems to be some fucking energy weapon that's been invented in Somerset. All these rough people that I've messaged on the internet to try and get information of what's causing it or what it is, they haven't got a clue. Even the roughest of the rough. And some of these really rough people saying that people did use that sort of stuff, they then have fucking smashed out or fucking knife to the floor. You know, in a sort of, some of these people I spoke to are pretty rough. I mean, I can get a conversation, but I don't tend to go that far with it, because obviously it's sort of, it can be dangerous. But they have sort of the more friendlier one. If I can get my breath, hang on. I am struggling to breathe, there's nothing you can do about it. So, God's sake. For a Sunday, this is taking the piss. For this road, anyway, because I'm taking roads where there's no traffic, and obviously this is busier than usual. Now, cars timed out a road as a sexual car. Drain cover hit over because I want to turn my life's down the drain. There's one up there. Usually it's timed every time I pass one, but there's not many drain covers on this road. If I can get a say, the average amount of cars that usually occurs about 5 cars a minute, if that, on this road for a Sunday. In the middle of the day when it's busy on a weekday, I guess it could get a casual flow, a bit like now, sometimes a bit busier. But you've got to take into account it's a Sunday. I've been on this road on Sundays before, in the year 2024, and even though that's a bad year for setups, it hasn't been this busy. Apart from maybe not quite as busy, but 3/4 to what it is now for the later part of 2024, from November onwards, when they stepped up all this action. So this is another thing. I'm not feeling well, and I don't want to pass on germs, bugs, flu, or whatever. I don't know what I got, you see, a chest infection or what. But these bastards are not letting me stay at my place because they're trying to fucking kill me with energy weapons, and they're not doing nothing about it. They know that they can get away with it. They know it can be put down to schizophrenia, so they think, oh, if they put it down to schizophrenia, why not just fucking kill the cunt, hunt the bastard down with energy weapons, fucking destroy the cunt. Quite often, fucking hell. I can't smell the catalyst, obviously, but I don't want to breathe in catalytic converter, or I smell like a catalytic converter. But that's what they want to do. They want to tell me that I'm having sex with a fucking granny, or supposed to fancy disgusting zombie-looking faces that look like tomato ketchup, or sick off the floor, and put it down as a catalytic converter because they're buckled, deranged, and fucked up, hell-bent and screwed up. I'm really struggling to fucking breathe. Really struggling. But all these symptoms that are occurring is being put down to schizophrenia. I was asked at church, are you alright? This morning. They're saying you don't look very well. It's sort of, and you know, because this is friendly people. But when it comes to a mental health team, if they saw me like this, I think, oh, it's schizophrenia. You can't do nothing about it. I can't report it, you see. I can't go to the hospital or contact an ambulance because it goes against me. Because last time I was this ill, well, not quite this ill, because I've never been in this much pain before of burning. This is the worst it's ever been. But half of what it's been today, I went into hospital. It took 6 hours for them to see me, and the time the 6 hours came, I felt near enough normal. Sort of very light burning, and the burning that was occurring, when they did tests on me, there was no problems. There's no way I can stay at that fucking place. The problem is I'm going to have problems with the toilet. So what this means is I'm going to have to go outside in public place and find somewhere to go there. But it's their fault, and if the police arrest me, I'm going to have to bring up the energy weapon problem because, you know, I can't stay at my place. But then again, I was only supposed to stay at this place for 1 year to be moved on. Then they moved it to 2 years. I have that piece of paper to confirm it. But because they didn't sign the name, that information of 2 years is invalid. But today, that's what they said, and there's agreement as well. And they changed that agreement. On the third year, they wanted me to sign a full tenancy agreement, and I wouldn't sign it, so I left it on license agreement, because if you sign full tenancy, it means you're stuck there. The next problem is the Somerset County Council has just offered Hayden, which is one of the neighbours, a place in South Peverton. Now this neighbour has only been there for about a year, or just over a year, and he's been experiencing similar problems to me. Burning in the chest is one of them, and there's a few other things he mentioned. I can't remember what it was. It's burning in the chest. If this traffic can stop fucking about. He didn't. I don't know how bad he had it, but he thought he had angina, but nobody else is experiencing it, and they're the one he's moving out. They're very fucking busy, innit, God? You cruelty bastard. That's right, put every fucking problem in my direction, stack as much fucking mayhem, as much shit stirring, as much fucking trouble as you can fucking smash at me, you cruelty fucking tearaway Christ. Fuck's sake. I'm going to have to go onto this road. They're taking the fucking piss with the traffic. So early 2024, I'd say it's probably about 10 times busier than your average flow of traffic on Sunday for that road, and I'm not making that up. I mean, this is your average flow in the day, pretty much the same as the middle of the day, car after car. There's like the roundabout that I mentioned earlier. The government want to do this because they want to destroy me, want to cause as much havoc, as much shit stirring, and people have actually said this, that it seems to be busy, or people they say, they're sort of, you know, they're joking about it. Obviously I don't find it funny because I go for it all the time, but obviously if it's a family member that says it, then I will joke. But, you know, in general, if I'm on my own, you know, yeah, I don't take it very nicely, because, you know, it's all the time, it's not just now and again. There seems to be the month for November last year where they stepped all this up. But in general, the nastiness, or the flow of these setups, or the aggression of these setups, were getting nasty several months before Labour got in power in the United Kingdom. Penis up. Do it on a Twitch where your penis just suddenly shoots up, so your willy goes up, and a motorbike. And there's been about 400 incidents of bikes to erections today as well, I might add. I'm getting pissed off at that. It's pathetic. But that's what they need to do. They want to tell you that a bike is a bike, or they want to be fucking small-minded, Down syndrome. Well, I don't like using the term that, because it's not the right word to use, and that's insulting someone that's not well, you know, someone that's mentally well. But there's an old-fashioned term where people use that term to apply that are just being absolute bitterly nasty bastards. That's what they're doing. So yeah, I'm getting a bit pissed off of it. Obviously I've got to sit there and take it, there's nothing I can do. And in a minute you're going to get cars come out of a drive down a dead end, and it's just like that. They do it all the time. They try and cause as much people and as much havoc. And I've noticed that since they've started increasing the action since November, they've also stopped timing the t-shirt that says murder followed by the van that says time to get busy, or whatever way around it is. They're doing that on a regular basis before they step this action up. So, yeah. Anyway, I've made it to that garage. I've been forced to go down there. Yeah, my willy's up, motorbike. I need to write all this down, I'm not writing it down. Yeah, it says loud bike Christ. It doesn't stop. I shouldn't even be going out. I mean, the energy weapon problem, I should still be in Burnham-On-Sea. I've left there 4 years ago. I was still in my 30s when I was living there. Only by my last year. But, fuck's sake, black sexual one light out. Fuck's sake. They're going to keep on doing this until I'm dead. They want me ripped to fucking pieces and destroyed. There's nothing you can do about it. It's on sexuality. But like I said many times before, no one's going to believe it. You just have to be hanged. Well, they will. If they got my deep depression sheets, the Russian government and the Australian government, I think it's the American government, would definitely know that I've never had anyone, because I've got every single fucking day stated in the deep depression pages, apart from what's been lost. But there's been a lot more that's lost. There we are. A nice fucking gun looking. Get the photo. Nope. The camera doesn't want to take the evidence of a gun looking car, like a 1940s gun. But that's what the government want. They want me hit off, or the creator God. And obviously, you know, these animal voice sounds, not today so much, but they're telling me that you're being raped as a baby in your next life. Ha ha ha. You're not having sex in your next life. Claiming I've had Amy Westhill or Stephanie or Sadie. Nothing you can do about it. The creator's corrupt. Right, this is actually the when I get to this garage, this is actually, for this road, is the furthest I've ever walked, and I won't be walking any further, as it just goes up to another place after that. I'm not sure where it goes to, because I do pass it on the bus, but I've forgotten what it's called. Christ, there's chicken pox and spit talking over me. It goes in my head, there's nothing I can do about it, I just have to accept it. Because that's the way the creator buckles everyone's fucking moving around me. I couldn't get the, what I wanted to get, so I've had to get lager. Doesn't make any difference anyway, because I drink lager, but it's just, I prefer to get something different. I can. So at the moment, I'm walking back from the garage, and I'm going to eat something. There's a second person that's spit talk in my hair, and they're putting all these zombie fucking stupid fucking pathetic small-minded fucking hip-hop fucking stupid bearded bastards in my direction. They're usually the type that mistake me as Savannah. There's been no threats, but they need to put these types of people in my direction. I'm getting fucked off of it. Before the lockdown, me walking into this stupid type bearded fucking people was next to near enough nobody. I was walking into rough people that are giving me threats, but it was mostly those that are sort of into like hardstyle rave music, or sort of those that have the pit bull terrier dogs, the drug type people or whatever. But these sort of bearded people, they're the ones that mistake me as Savannah. These people that used to give me threats, they're not going to let me eat my fucking food now. They need to put a catalytic converter at me down this fucking... I was lucky he's turned into the drive. They just won't let you do nothing. The government need to tell you that it needs to be busy, but they need to do it in where it is around me, because they're buckled. Because the creator God is fucking coarse. He's a crest cruelty bastard. They do it every time. Going back before the lockdown, apart from the last several years, when I was with family, they knocked these sellouts dropped dramatically. There have been really bad days, yes. Going to Bridgewater Magistrates Court and going to the police station many years ago, 2011 or whatever it is, then they step up the action in a much more malicious way, sexual piss take way, or telling me to fuck people that are 8 years of trial and getting really nasty about it, because they know they can get away with it and they know it's a good time to step up the action. But now they step it up regardless, and like I said, that road's just packed to fuck. I've never known it this busy on a Sunday. I think you can safely say it's twice over the usual busyness of this road. Even for 2024. I mean, I'd like to have something to eat, but I can't. I got to get past the catalytic converters, Christ. Because they need to tell me that gas is gas. It's all gas. The creator's fucking fallen. Jesus Christ is fucking crest. And me falling against Christ is because of sexuality and this burning problem. So these people, if God wants to start war, he's going to have to come back to the root of who causes these fucking problems, rather than fucking staking me. Cruelty, fucking sexual slaughter, fucking tearaway. I've got a runny nose and I can't dry it because obviously they need to put a car in my direction with a catalytic converter exhaust on it. As soon as they put the catalytic converter on these cars, it was about 2005 when all the cars started smelling and everyone had a catalytic converter car, and or maybe the year before that. So, I think it's the same time the smartphone occurred. You had the catalytic converter, stench, and the smartphone. Obviously those catalytic converters, fucking hell, were on cars in 1997. But when everyone bought it, it was 2005, and that is when they started pissing about with cars, reversing cars at me, causing the catalytic converter stench. Can't blow my nose. I've got a wet nose. The road's too busy for me to stop, to crouch down. I'm not in the mood for... I can't smell the catalyst, but the problem is I don't want to inhale catalytic converter, Christ. I've only just stopped the recording, and now back to the traffic. We need to step it up. And what they do, they make sure that it's busy as hell. They disguise it. They're not going to leave it, they're not going to stop it. No, it's just packing the traffic. Every time I push stop. Yes. Yes, Christ, you crooked cunt. Gas, Christ, gas! A catalyst, Christ! Aha, it's funny, Christ! You fucking prick! Woo, my willy! Woo, it's a bike, Christ! You fucking buckled to fuck bastard, cruelty cunt! You sexist slaughter fucking tear apart! I can't write it down. Gas control, gas, Christ, gas! Ow! Ow! Oh, really pushing it! They shouldn't have shut that fucking spar shop! Catalyst, Christ! Woo! Catalyst! You fucking bent hell cunt! Catalyst, Christ! They were about 3 times fucking busier actually. This is fucking normal traffic in the day, on a busy day now. Oh, so I stopped the fucking, that fucking drain cover over there. That's right, your fucking life's down the drain. Smash it in your head. Is it made fucking clear? Yes, it's made clear, Christ. You fucking crooked hellbent, nasty bastard, you! Right, so every breath I take, I'm enjoying the sex of a catalytic converter with a granny, Christ. Nothing I can do about it. The bastard's fucking is sucking the guts out of me, alright? Jesus has sucked the guts out of me. He's sex sucked me. He's put me on the floor like jelly, forcing me to suffer and enjoy the sex with someone that raped me as a child. That's sex, Christ. And then I'm nailed as a sick bastard when I've never had anyone in my whole life. Like claims I've had Amy Weston, Stephanie Jill, Sadie Dando, Ian Dando, other fucking names as well, you cruelty fucking shit-stirring, lying bastard, Christ. Yeah, so, the gas is very nice, Christ. I'm gassed! I'm gassed, Christ! You fucker! Come on, more! Get it! Get it! Come on! Rio! Fucking get it! Come on! Pull the speed, Christ! Fucking bring it, you fucking cunt! Fucking traffic flow, you cunt! You morbid cunt, Christ! Come on! Me on my fucking bike, Christ! You fucking hell-bent cunt! Burn! Woo! On bike! Burn! Wah! You fucking bollocks bastard, Christ! You fucking bent cunt! Yes, this drain's hit over. Your life's down the drain. Do you understand? You're being burnt, and I'm gonna fuck the guts in and out of a man raping me as a little girl my next life. Yeah, funny Christ, yeah, you fucking cunt. Sick, black fucking sick. You crooked cunt. Yes, I'm enjoying the catalyst. Is it catalyst or the car, Christ? But where's the sector? Oh, it's a granny. We're fucked up. Oh, Tesco lorry, you bastard. Alright, you little cunt. Where's that? Yeah, the Lauren curse, the sexual weather, Christ. You fucking bastard. Fucking explain that, you nasty fucking piece of cunt. Sorry I've got a spit, but the fucking t-shirt's gone. There's a new t-shirt, I can't put my nose over the t-shirt. There's a sex car, Christ. A black sex, you sexual fucking corrupt cunt, Christ. This is Sunday traffic, is it, Christ? You fucking stupid bastard. That's what I mean. Put every fucking car on the road only where I am, you bastard. Well, I got a sore throat, so that's a sign that I'm being choked by a catalytic converter. It's a converter. It's only a converter. It's vinegar, Christ. Vinegar mixed with smell of rubbing two stainless steels against garden crest with a silvery smell. It's a catalyst. Yes, you're fucking screwed up, Christ. You fucking buckled cunt, Christ. We do this when I'm feeling fucking ill, when I'm burning from energy weapons, you bastard. You want to fucking explain all this traffic, you little bastard? You fucking ratbag, Christ. You fucking explain this, you fucking tearaway. You fucking explain why the traffic's so fucking heavy. 4 times heavier than the previous record. It's got to be 4 times now, because the average flow of traffic on this road, as I said earlier, should be about 3 to 5 cars a minute. Sometimes you're not even that. In early 24. There's a slight increase. Looking at the traffic that's on this road, this is about 4 times to the record-breaking amount of traffic for this sort of time last year. I'm coming off the road now because I've got to go down the other road. Fuck's sake. I've got to use it. No, it doesn't. The ivy won't let me. Well, I can't go to the back to dry my nose because, quite simply, I'm stuck with a catalytic converter rammed down my fucking nose because the creator god's a fucking crotty cunt. You know what's going to happen now, don't you? No, there we are, that shut fucking shop. All the trouble because of that shut fucking shop. This road's going to go dead quiet now. You watch it, there's going to be hardly any cars at all, meaning that they're controlling everyone's movement to stack as much fucking shit in my direction as they can fucking smash at me, because the creator god is a crotty cunt that tears people to fucking pieces, burns them with fucking energy weapons as an explanation of a symbolic suggestion to say that you're burning in fucking hell, and fucking rips you to pieces. That's your fucking creator god, fucking Yahweh Jehovah, fucking crest cunt. The cunt's possessed. The bastard is just a cruel little cunt. Right, for this road on a Sunday, 4 cars is the record. But you got to take into account that road's gone dead quiet behind. Well, 1 car. So they get everyone's movement around me to cause as much fucking mayhem. And this is what's causing all the trouble. They've been doing this for many years. We'll go back to 2011 area. I was mentioning this to Mr. Freeman, a police officer. And he said, what he said now, he said it's quite normal for traffic to be busy. He says what you're saying, and saying that he's seen me a couple of times. He says, I have noticed it to be very busy at times where you are. This is before I moved to Burnham-On-Sea. But as you can hear, that road behind's literally no traffic now. It was all controlled and all constructed to be deliberately slammed at me because God's a little cruel bastard. Wants to cause as much fucking misery, as much shit stirring, as much fucking trouble as that evil, nasty bastard can fucking slam down my throat because the cunt's fucking possessed. Right, this road on a Sunday, I've known this road actually to be no vehicles at all actually on a Sunday. It's rare, but I haven't known there to be none. I'm going to have to stop this because I need to get to the bag, get the tissue now. Right, so I managed to get down a section of this road, nearly 3/4, 7 vehicles. I've got what I wanted to get out of the bag, something to eat, but I can't eat it yet. I think it's been just over 2 hours since I left, and the burning level at this minute in time is still as bad as what it is. There seems to be a lot of crushing inside my head, like pressure right across the top of my head, in the head, in the skull, in the brain area, like a pressure, but it's not just the light pressure, it's like a very intense pressure, but there's nothing I can do about it, because this is what the Creator God needs to do, because the Creator God's a fucking cruelty bastard, a fucking tearaway. I'd still say we're at the same level as being in my place for 15 minutes 2 months ago, suffering from burning from energy weapons, to a point where I go outside to get away from it. Still at that level, at least. And that's after 2 hours. Obviously this burning that's occurring now is going to take about 48 hours to go completely, but that, because they've increased it completely, you know, the power that's being pumped into me to try and kill me, to commit murder possibly. They're doing it in a sly way, but it's much more powerful than what it was 2 months ago. And somebody's doing it, and they're trying to get me out of there. They're trying to push me out on the street. I mean, it's okay if they want to push people out on the street, but make sure that you have lots of friends or family that you can move into, so that if you decide to rent an accommodation, that you know, so you could rent a place, because the council are not doing nothing. But if they decide to kick you out at any time, you've got nowhere else to go, and the council won't rehouse you because it's not a secure accommodation if you decide to look for somewhere alternative to what the council are offering. It's okay for those that have friends, but people don't think of that. So they think, oh, he's got loads of friends, oh, and they think you're Savan and think all this and you rape children or whatever, when I've never had sex with children. But there's nothing you can do about it. These bastards are completely fucking buckled and fucking hell-bent. I've lost what I fucking wanted to say. It's popped out of my head because the Creator's fucking buckled. This is something else. It's fucking up your mind. You're trying to think, and your mind's being fucking cut off. It's eating the fucking brains. That's what it's doing. You've got squiggly eyes as well. It's not squiggly. It's like you've got if you close your eyes, you get like a sensation like loads of little squiggly worms, thousands of them just in front of your eyes. When you close your eyes, I had that all night last night when I went to bed. I don't know what's causing it, and again, it only occurs there. It doesn't occur when I go anywhere else. I've lost what I was going to say. It's gone out of my head completely. Right, I've just looked at my phone. For another 2 minutes, that Spar shop should still be open that I was supposed to go to earlier. Right, so another half an hour has passed, and as far as the burning goes, it's still quite bad. So, for example, if the burning's bad 2 months ago and I'm in my place with a burning problem, and I'm just sitting there with a burning problem, as it would be 2 months ago, although I'm walking about now, the pain level or the burning sensation is just as painful and as powerful as what it would be if I was in my flat at this minute in time 2 months ago while the burning is occurring really bad. So I don't know how long it's going to take to go to a normal level, or to a level where I'm not burning too much, but at the moment it's about as bad as what it is when it's very bad and I'm ready to go for a walk 2 months ago. And this is after being out 2.5 hours. So this is certainly the longest period of time for it to be this intense before it starts easing. So it's easing, but it's not easing very quickly. And it's still as bad as when it's really bad. So at the moment, basically, it's as bad as me sitting in my flat when the burn was really bad 2 months ago. That's the best it gets. and that's 2.5 hours after I left my place. So just supposing I went for a walk now, then it can take anything from half an hour to 2 hours to ease. So let's see if that's the case, and I'll keep you updated with the next half hour or whatever and see what it's like then. Right, so I've managed to get past the roundabout with black and fucking blue, sick, and black and fucking blue, white. Orange and sick. Right, the record breaking amount for this section of the road for a Sunday is 2 cars. But then again, for this part, the record breaking amount in general for this section, that is actually under 10 cars out of all times I've come up on this specific part of the road. However, I can't remember if it's the beginning of this year or late last year, you did have 70 cars roughly at the other end of this road while trying to get past, which was record breaking to your previous record, which is 30 something. Yesterday I came up here and there was nearly 500 cars, and it was a Saturday, and that's record breaking twice over if it was another 100 cars, but that would be for the whole day, not for the hour or so that I was in the graveyard. And it was just car after car, and it's never been like that before, never. Not that busy. So got the chills. We're undergoing this I noticed this a bit earlier. Seems to happen when I go to barrack. There's like a demonic force that's behind you. Spiritual, yes. I had this back in November and I stopped. Fucking hell. That's quite powerful actually. I went for a walk when I was on holiday, visiting my brother, you know, and staying at mum's or whatever. One specific evening I did a nighttime walk up in the towns and whatever. I went to the bar, you know, Sambuca shot or whatever, and it's dark, and I didn't experience any negative fucking feelings of spiritual phenomena in this sort of way anywhere. And obviously, if I don't recall it being this cold either, if I remember. It went through like a warm period of stage, and the evening temperature was like 10 degrees at night, and now it's just suddenly dropped, going through like a cold stage. I'm not sure what the temperature is this evening, because obviously I've been in rooms of about 20 to 24 degrees Celsius roughly over the last 2 weeks, and when I came back, obviously when you feel that change, you feel that it's fucking cold, even though that the temperature's slightly warmer. But if I was to guess, the temperature out here, I'd say it's about 7-8 degrees. It's not warm. My hands are cold, but I've got a clue what the temperature is. But I can tell you now it's cold. Just switch the phone off a minute because I pick up on the atmosphere. There seems to be that. I'll just. Yeah, it's coming on. It comes onto you. It's a spine chill. Your back goes all shivery. It's hitting my back and now it's hitting my arms. My back and arms at the moment. Like a chill. It's like a ghostly chill. Unhappy ghost. But it's with spirits, whether it's Jehovah, because Jehovah's a demon. I mean, what's turned me against God is the way my life's been, you know, the way my life's been mapped out, and the way things are, unfortunate occurrences, and the way sexuality, and the fact that I've had to move because of eye problems, and the fact that I'm being punished and being ripped to pieces and being destroyed, and being trying to kill me with burning from energy weapons. I'm not very happy about it. So, there's a bit of atmosphere there. I'm going to go to my usual spot where the atmosphere picks up. It's quite a bright night, so it's a little bit freaky. when I did stay in there back in November, I saw like a very unhappy apparition, like a skull face of a person, and then a child goes through like a machete type thing. Ooh. So, it's coming over me. It's fucking cold. This has been following me. This hasn't been bloody taken off. This sort of came on just before I put my farm. I'm going to sit here a minute. I'm not quite sure why these spirits are not happy to turn the phone off, light off on it. But there seems to be some negative. Actually, it doesn't feel too bad at the moment. I've known it worse. I've had to get out of the area quick. It's been very scary in the past. Nice dropped actually. So I'm going to stop the recording. I'll put it push record and I'll let you know how it gets on. Because I'm going to be sitting there for a few more minutes before I start my beer. And they're going to start packing the traffic on that road. I'm surprised there was no vehicles going down that road. However, you don't expect it really, to be honest, on a Sunday. I mean, I think the record for a Sunday is actually 2. There is a time where there was 6, and I'm trying to think what it was, whether it's because it's late at night and it's unusual, or whether it was Sunday, but I can't remember. But the record breaking amount is under 10 for that road, walking back in the direction where I am now at this time in the evening. Right, so you've had 12 cars in the last 2 minutes. No creepy atmosphere as yet. It does seem a bit darker. It's got like a darker presence around me, but just gives that sort of darker look to it. It's sort of. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Right, so we've got bikes to erections at the moment. And there's a bit of an atmosphere change. Right, so there's a jogger that's just passed, and I've noticed that I've been in the graveyard about 10 minutes, and as soon as that jogger passes on the road below, which is the road that I've just come off of 10 minutes ago, there seems to be a bit of an atmosphere change of spiritual negative energy. So I'm going to leave that part of the graveyard and then go to the bottom part where I'm going to finish this drink, and then I'm going to probably head on back, which I'm not happy about, because that burning is very, very bad at the moment, and I'm not sure if I'm going to lose my life, because the neighbours are going to be held responsible if I'm ill, and obviously it's not going to go down well with friends and family or anything like that. But you know, it's looked at as schizophrenia, but the problem is it's not. But nothing's being taken into account. It's not being taken seriously. They just want to give you a dose full of fucking medication, shut your fucking mouth up and tell you, just shut your fucking face, we've got other things that are more important, make their life easier. So they want to take your life just to make their fucking life easier. When it comes to sexuality, on my last appointment, he said, well, you're not going to get nothing, and that's what the medication's for, to help you not needing sex, or to change the way you mind things, and saying you don't need no one, you're not going to get anyone, and just fucking going on like that. I'm pissed off of it. I mean, I'm getting pissed off of it, but there's nothing you can do about it. You can't see the bloody floor properly. Go on. In the churchyard, going towards the end of where the path is. It's quite dark tonight. Right, so there's a bit of a time difference to the initial time when I was doing these walks, going back to November last year, because I've changed my drinking time, but we just can't go on because obviously it's too cold still. It doesn't start warming up properly where you can walk about at night and not need to freeze or whatever until at least the end of April. Sometimes in May it can still be cold. We go back to the year 2020, I think it was. You still had frost at night in May. On specific nights it was cold. So there's camping from June or July that time onwards. And then to 2020, 21, I can't remember the year now. And then obviously I moved to Thorn House. And when I first moved to Thorn House, it wasn't a warm welcome either. And you had the rough neighbours there. And initially I was being mistaken as to them by every neighbour, believe it or not, when I first moved to the Thorn House. And yet, take into account I've not been to Yeovil for about a decade, or just under a decade, from the time that I went there, apart from a couple of days before, a day before, whenever it was, to visit the place before I moved there, and then I moved out there straight after. So, yeah. Right, so the digital audio recorder's playing up, and I've noticed that there's some very evil atmosphere, spiritual, like omens that want to take you to the fucking, to burn you in fire. Well, they don't need to do that, because when I go back I'll burn in fucking fire. Eventually this pain's going to get so bad that I'm going to get so pissed off of it that it's going to cause me to commit suicide. But you know, it won't stop, and it will. Going back, if I didn't have any families to go to this time last year when it was really bad, because obviously it affects my mood, this burning, it affects all, you know, it's sort of, it drags you down. Before this burning occurred, I wasn't so negative minded. I've always been negative minded, but I've noticed that your head feels clearer, it feels fresher, your thoughts are more not so nailed down. I've noticed whatever's causing this burning has that, seems to have that impact, that effect, where it seems to take you down, it takes your thoughts down, it just makes you feel negative. I've noticed it does that as well. If it wasn't like for being able to step families, if family weren't here or whatever, and this burning was really bad, I would have, it's going to sound bad, but I probably would have committed suicide, yeah. Because, you know, if your life's going to worsen, I mean, these bastards that are doing this, they're taking my music away from me. They're taking away family photos, documentation, where all these energy weapons have been fucking up everything. Yeah, it's been like that. These bastards are very clever, very sneaky, very sly. And all they say is it's schizophrenia. It's not schizophrenia at all, and they know it's not. I will mention something. This winter's been quite you know, we're in spring now, but the overall winter this year has been quite cold. I mean, it's not been frosty through the day, but as a rule, it's been one of the colder winters, you know, in the last few years. I remember when I was living at Burnham-On-Sea, even in the winter months, obviously it was cold, I was walking the beach, but you know, it sort of had a breeze at times, but I have noticed that the sort of colder temperatures where it sort of lingers between sort of 5 degrees and 1 degree or whatever. It was more sort of 6 degrees to 9 degrees, something like that, most days, if I remember. Or it could be because I'm getting older and I'm feeling the cold more. So the creator god wants to play a fucking ice cold bastard, does he? So I've just been trying to light a bottle and tissue, just because I'm fucking cold. My hands are fucking frozen because I had to went on to the bottle and I got cold hands, and that little bastard won't let me have fucking heating, little cunt. No, but he'll let me have heating later, won't he? When he burns the bastard to me, when he tries fucking hanging me, fucking ripping me to pieces, scratching me with fucking claws with fucking knife, fucking staking, fucking fire staking bastard with fucking energy weapons, won't he? Alright, we'll have that instead then, Christ, alright? You crest cunt, you crawty fucking tearaway. I tell you, you're an ice-axing fucking bastard, Christ. You're just absolute satanic. You're just absolute nasty, nasty bastard, Christ. You cold-hearted fucking cunt. Mr. Kimberly, you're being shot dead, just. Well, the problem is, I've never had sex with Kimberly Cox or Kimberly Hobbs or whatever her surname is today. But there's nothing you can do about it. The creator's buckles, you've got to go by the lies. We've got to go with these small-minded bastard pieces of shit that are fucking backwards in the head, that are fucking total fucking screwed up bastards that listen to this stupid hip-hop and fucking hardstyle. Nothing you can do about it. I tell you what, I could rip Jesus Christ to fucking pieces and stake the cunt, fucking set petrol light on him and rip the cunt until he's fucking in the fucking fire, in the flames of fucking hell and below, because obviously that's what the bastard's doing to me, crawty cunt. Right, after a struggle I made a bonfire, plastic bottle and tissue and cardboard and little plastic bits of an old doll box of a £25 doll I bought that I smashed up because I was in a mood, because I was burning from energy weapons yesterday when I took it out here. And although and someone left some wood for me to, put on there, so someone was going to use it for fire in the first place, but looks like they haven't, so I used it, and I'm still cold. So I think a lot of it's due to the it seems to be an air cold. I'm not sure what the temperature is. It's got to be above freezing because nothing's freezing, but it's definitely not. Feels about 5 degrees, but I'm not exactly sure what the temperature is. It could be a bit warmer, but I've been used to warmer temperatures in the last 2 weeks, so yeah, I can't get warm even with the fire. So whether it's the wind causing it or what, but I do only have a t-shirt on. But so I'm drinking, obviously. You'll probably know about that. So it's not. We haven't reached 10 o'clock yet. I drink earlier now because I changed my drinking time so I can do more in the day. But last night when I went bed, that burning and crushing across my head about 2 o'clock this morning, something like that, I nearly had to call for emergency services because someone was trying to kill me using energy weapons. There's no way I'm going to be able to stay there if this continues. I mean, this is the reason I've gone out now. This burning, I mean, this is fucking. He doesn't know, the people that are doing this don't fucking realise how fucking painful this is, and they think, oh, just to keep on doing it, till the bastard's dead. They just want me dead, or they don't realise that what they're doing is fucking this painful. I can put my face near a fire, and firstly your eyes will be sore, but if you close your eyes, that burning from a fire is different. It's like this burning that I'm getting is not like from a fire. So I'm going to get too close because it's singeing my clothes. It's not the same type of burning. This is like cat claw scratch marks. It's like a sour, intense burning that's going straight through you. This is, I don't know what's causing it. I don't know what device they're using or what energy weapon it is. But whatever it is, it has the ability to go through walls, ceilings, and it goes through windows. Right, so that fire's gone down enough for me to leave it now. So I could put it out, but there's no point because it's not going to catch anything on fire because there's nothing around it to catch fire. So I've taken some photos. The last time I got a fire going this well, or that great, was just a few days before I moved from Burnham-On-Sea to Yeovil, believe it or not. I've had some little mini fires here and there, little tiny ones, ones that last a couple of minutes, but one that's a bit more feasible, like this, then yeah, it goes back 4 years. Going back in the early time. Yeah, my coughing's worsened, by the way, since the energy weapons started taking place, although I started smoking more frequently since around about that time of last year, February, March, April, whatever. one of the earliest things I remember being said, apart from meaty, as the burning was occurring, when I was messaging Peter on Facebook, and at the time where I had to stay at my dad's. Esme's not here is what was said when I said that the burning's bad. Going back at a time before people were saying it's schizophrenia or whatever, and saying Esme's not here, which is obviously my father's ex-partner from many years ago. Now, she died of crumbling arthritis and a heart attack, I think it is, because obviously my dad phoned me at that time because I was living at Burnham-On-Sea. So I went to get on the bus to go to the hospital from my place, but unfortunately in hospital I was phoned up before I got on the bus to be told that she didn't make it. So nobody actually killed her or anything like that, but when the burning started, that's what came out as a threat. They're saying, well, Esme's dead, when the burning was initially occurring this time last year, or just a bit before. Whatever's causing this burning at this minute in time is definitely being done by more than one person in the place where I live, because one, I can feel it from the kitchen, and it's very bad from my bedroom, and obviously at times I don't like accusing Peter, obviously, but it's coming from that end as well. But some of this burning situation, I've noticed since the newer neighbours have moved in the last couple of weeks, the burning's increased. So that's what I mean. I don't know whether it's something they're using that I'm unaware of or what. But sometimes when this burning's really excruciating, well, not excruciating, where in actual fact the pain's very bad. It's worse than some toothaches, it's worse than some headaches, but it's a different form of pain. It's like an intense burning. I can put my face next to that fire like I did like just now, and when you put your face next to that fire, you get a burning, but it's not a warm burning. It's not a sour burning where it sort of feels like cat claw scratch mark burns that's going straight through your face. Where I am at my place is going straight through your face. But the thing is, this isn't always showing up on the EMF meters or the radiation detectors on the two in the last couple of days. So someone's using a device that's causing burning and it's showing up on that device, but also somebody else is using this burning device and it's not showing up on the EMF meter or any of the detectors. But it's going through me, it's burning. So it's not the same device, but it's causing the same problem. So I've only just noticed that while using the devices when I had the burning problem in the kitchen earlier on today and last night, that it's not showing on the EMF meter. But when the other burning's occurring, or someone else or whatever, when the increase of it occurs, or or whatever's occurring is showing up when the burning occurs, but it's not always showing up when the burning occurs. But the burning's increased, that's the problem. And it's not showing up on the EMF or the nuclear radiation detector. But someone's using a device when the burning does occur that is showing up on there. So these two new devices, or these devices that are occurring at the moment, so you've got your regular one which shows up, but this burning that's occurring now, this really sore burning, doesn't seem to be showing up on any of the detectors. But when it's all together, if that is the case, then obviously it does show up. So I don't know what's going on and what's causing it, but that burning's fucking pissing me right off, and I'm going to get This is why I had to go to Peter the other day and I got in trouble for it with Holly Court, the mental health team. But the problem is, if it was him that was causing it, because I still don't know. I mean, he was downstairs at the time that the burning was intense earlier. That's the problem. But this is worse than usual. This is like 3 times, well, twice as powerful as it's been before. And this to me, to me, I don't want to have to put it like this, but it feels like a murder attempt. The way this is occurring, the pain that I'm going through. But I can't see him wanting to murder me, but if it is caused by him, then obviously that's the aim, that's the plan. And there's nothing I can do about it because it's put down to schizophrenia. So and this is why Holly Court came around, mental health team, saying that they need to stop all my money, they need to put me in hospital, slam the highest possible dosage of antipsychotic medications like risperidone or olanzapine or whatever, until I get better from burning. Well, obviously they're not looking into any of this. They've never looked into any of these problems, the burning or anything. They've never checked. And they said they don't need to check. They say we're not supposed to do it. However, before I moved there, the social worker said, well, if there's any problems or you get burning or well, not burning, eye trouble, then obviously the staff there, they can go into people's flats and they can check. That isn't the case. No. They were okay with me initially until the Bridgewater branch separated me to the Yeovil team of social workers, support workers and doctors. Then everything turned grimy. Anything from theft in my place to leaving my door unlocked when doing a fire check, to money going missing, to you name it. And then obviously you had that neighbour who was causing no end of noise as well, shouting and banging and gunshots or whatever. But that's all put down to schizophrenia. Even the smell of petrol was put down to this schizophrenia. I'm just going to get past this catalytic converter hot point. If I kind of made it today. But you've got to take into account it is nearly 10 o'clock at night. So how do I feel now, since it's nearly that time? Just double check. It's actually 10 o'clock on the nose. No, actually 2 minutes because my phone's slightly out. Good enough though. Didn't know it was that late. I thought it was about 10 to or 22. So 10 o'clock. There we are, catalytic converter hot point. They always time the car. They must have done something. Must have delayed that car at traffic lights to stop it getting there. They do it all the time. But they missed today. Maybe I don't know how that happened, but maybe they're out with a setup for a change. But they never go out too long. It's always on time when you get to the next part. So the burning. So how many hours is that? When did the last? I think it's 8:30, wasn't it, when I mentioned the last burning? So at the moment, how do I feel? So if we work it on the principle 2 months ago, we'll actually work it before Christmas. No, actually no. Work it on 2 months ago still. So at the moment I feel like if I was in my place for about 10 minutes of bad burning, or just under 10 minutes of severe burning of how it would have been 2 months ago, I'd get up, go outside or call 111 or whatever. It would be about that bad at the moment. So this, to be fair, isn't it? When I've called 111 before I went down to my mum's, it's a quarter of the pain I'm getting now, but I can't report it. That's the problem. They've increased the pain, and the pain level is a lot worse. It's worse than what it was before I stayed at my dad's this time last year. They're trying to commit murder on me, and I can't see it being the staff because you've got a neighbour under me, a neighbour aside of me, and there's a new neighbour underneath me. But going back before that new neighbour came in, you only had Peter Ritchie in the next room to me when the burning was occurring, or you had Shannon, but he's quite distant. But I mean, anything's possible if these devices can go through walls. And you had, so Shannon be on the floor below me, so not in the room but it's below me, but the room the other side on that floor. And then on the bottom floor you'd have Morgan. That's Morgan Webb, he likes to be called Jess. Or it could actually be someone from outside that's beaming up. What's causing this burning, I don't know. And the people outside are slightly more different than the neighbours, because they all think I'm Sir Ben and they get quite nasty. But if we go back to when I first moved there was graffiti across Yeovil basically applying anyone that uses energy weapons will be smashed in or knifed. It's a rather negative way to put it, but obviously if they're doing what they're doing to me, then it's understandable that they're going to use that sort of suggestion of violence if people use these types of energy devices to try and kill people or cause misery for people. So it does make sense. But since that graffiti is sort of faded off and is not there anymore, they're starting all the energy weapon devices again. So but there's nothing you can do about it, you just got to sit there and take it. But the problem is I can't take the pain that I'm going through at the moment, so I've got to find some alternative accommodation to stay until they move me from there, because that burning that's occurring at the moment is too dangerous. It's affecting the organs in the body. I'm getting inflamed, I'm feeling bloated, I can't breathe. I can breathe a bit now. I mean, I still feel worse than sitting in my room when the burning's bad of what it would be like 2 months ago, or around about. Well, I'd say, because it's starting to ease a little bit, I'd say it's still bad enough for me to have to go out in how I'm feeling at the moment. So it'd be about the equivalent to sitting in a room of where burning was occurring 2 months ago, where burning was bad to a point. So it'd be a point where I'd just be going out to leave before it got any worse, and I'd go out and whatever for half hour and then go back in, and the burning would still be sort of there, but it would, you just have to put up with it, but it wouldn't be intense. But now that burning is 3 times more nastier than what it was 3 weeks ago, and the burning is more intense than what it was before I had to stay at my dad's back in February of 2024. Back in February 2024, the social worker and support worker and whatever, they weren't doing absolutely nothing. And I went back to mine. There was a 6-month period where it eased, but the burning was still there. And now it affects your concentration as well, it fucks your mind up, but there's nothing you can do about it. You've just got to sit there and take it. You can't report it. The police say it's a physical problem. It's not. There's nothing they can do about it. It's a health issue, but it's not a health issue. And the people on the 111 call have told me that I need to contact the police, and a couple of people, because they're friendly chaps and they've sort of spoken to me, some of them saying that they shouldn't be putting stuff like that down as schizophrenia. They should be looking at it a bit more serious and saying, how many times have you contacted us? And I said I've lost count, and I said they don't do nothing about it, they just put it down to schizophrenia or say psychiatric care. And said, has anyone ever investigated the situation, check these places, you know, check the flats of people, or at least monitored it, or, you know, left something there to record the activity that's going on. And I said no, but I said all they tell me is they see the CCTV and they watch the CCTV, and that's all they need to do. And then obviously, then they say, where's the CCTV? I said, it's only in the corridor, not allowed to have it in people's flats. And I said, the burn is coming from people's flats. And it's difficult to explain, but I have had to joke, and I have had a laugh with the people on the phone, because of how stupid the stupidity is of people and the social worker, not a social worker, but the mental health team. And they said, well, have you ever thought about moving? And I said, and I've, you know, it goes on and on. But obviously, they've only said this in conversations when they're sort of not busy, or they're friendly people and they just want to have a chat to me, just to sort of try and help with the issue when it comes to the burning problem. But there's not many people that do that on the 111 call. I remember going back a couple of years ago. I was mentioning something, and it was my old GP that was on the 111 call, and he said he was going to try and write a letter to get me out there. I can't remember what it was. That I think there's a bit of eye problem, and I was saying I'm not sure whether it's eye problem from energy weapons, or like it was at my old place, or whether it's just a health issue, or I said I don't know. I said it's just starting, and that's in the 2-week period when Mark wasn't there and I had the eye problem. And then there's another time it occurred, I think it's June of one of the years, and then there was a 2-day period where the eye problem occurred again. Otherwise there's been no eye problems since I lived there, apart from when I first moved there. But I see that as being part of the eye problems that were occurring, or where the eyes were still fucked from the energy weapons that were used at my old place, and took time to recover, because come February of the following year, after I moved to Thornhouse, the eye problems stopped. There was no eye problems for over 14 months at all, none. And when I was at my old place, they were putting that down to schizophrenia. And eventually, when the police got involved and all the rest of it, and the trouble occurred at my old place that was being put down to schizophrenia, the police had to explain to them that it's not schizophrenia. And then I was told that I was right, and that everything that I said turned out to be true. But as soon as I moved here, we've gone back, you know, to Yeovil. We've gone back to this old theory of schizophrenia, and I've lost my say, and I've got to sit there and suffer the pain from burning. So that's how brainless these bastards are. But there's nothing I can do about it, because I'm outnumbered. Right, so I'm on the road. There's been no cars at the moment, actually. Well, there has when I was walking on the path, but what's happened now is the path's broken away. So I've now got to take the main road, which has pissed me right off, because just supposing that I had nowhere to stay or whatever, and the burning problem is extremely bad, that would mean that I'd have to go on the road in the early hours, or whatever it is, 10 o'clock tonight, you know, which is the time now, to risk my life, because the path's broken away in the woodland part. So you can't no longer go up, what's it called, Windham Hill, I've forgotten the fucking name of it. I think that's the name of it. And it goes like into a little pathway, into like a woods, before it goes to the end where there's like a farm track. But unfortunately the path's broken away, and obviously I didn't expect it to break away. I thought it would last until at least September of this year, to get in as many walks as I possibly could before shit happens. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. There's no way I can stay at this place now. They're going to have to do something, because I'm going to end up fucking dead with the energy weapons that they're using. I don't know how widespread these energy weapons are, but people haven't heard of them. It seems to be a Somerset thing, and And it seems to be done by these stupid people that the fucking bearded type that think I'm Savannah whatever. I don't know who invented it or designed it or how it's being done, because I'll never be told. They're not going to fucking release that fucking information to me. So there's no way you can get the revenge, you see, or find out what's going on. You're never going to find out. You're never going to be told. I'm never going to know. These bastards are sneaky. They're fucking sly, and this is a problem. This is why it's when you bid to move to places, you've got to be careful, because they're all using these types of energy weapons. In Somerset. And the problem is, I can't move all the way in my mum's area, because if my mum passes away, there's no one down there. At the same time, it would be better if my side of the family moved out of Somerset, not for the fact... Somerset's... I've enjoyed many walks in Somerset, or I've been in Somerset most of my life, but the problem is, when I was at Bournemouth, visiting mums, and visiting Bournemouth on a regular basis, walking around Bournemouth, I did notice that all the people that started on me, if there were people that started on me, because not many people started on me, again, it's the type of people that start on me in this area. The bearded type, the people that mistake me as Sven with, oh, give it some, I got the fucking R accent, I'm a fart, you know, that sort of fucking accent, and but in a rough sort of way, you know. It's always the same type, always. You can get these sorts of rough people, or you can get these people that look like the robbers on Home Alone, or you can get people that look like Stuart, a serious type person, which is a cameraman on Most Haunted, and they don't start on me or cause trouble, you know, and they have that sort of, you know, hard look or that serious look. I mean, it seems to be the people that are bearded types of people, or that sort of personal people that give a specific look, or those that look negative. But it's not, again, it's not the people that listen to hardstyle music or the people that have pit bulls or terrier dogs. It seems to be a specific type of people that start on me, and it's always that type, and I just keep on walking into those types 24/7. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Before the lockdown, it was very rare I was walking into this type. I call it the Dan Morgan type. The reason I call it the Dan Morgan type is Dan was my ex-mugger, and all the types of friends that he has, or the types of people he hangs around with, give that appearance or have the same suggestion as the type of friends he has. So not like the happy hardcore types or the hardstyle types, but they're like the rock type, the metal type, the country and western. And some of them are similar looking to like the people that are driving the Harley Davidson, that drive the Harley Davidson bikes in America, or the truck drivers in America sort of looks. But again, it's more of it's that type, but more serious, or the more sort of, rather than those type, very similar. I guess that's the nearest description I could give. All that type's being timed up. Right, so it's time to time unstable people my way, so I've got to be prepared for this, because obviously government won't be hit off. The Creator God wants to buckle me up because the Creator God's fucking screwed up, but there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so I've been sneezed at and I've arrived back, so I feel about the same as how I'd feel after I'd done a 111 call and gone back into my bedroom, except I've been out several hours or more.